If you don't drive a truck, you got soft hands, brother. In this video, I'm going to be showing you why the Nissan Titan is the best truck that you could get for under $5,000. Let's get into it. Reason number one, this truck has a V8 engine that sounds pretty darn good. Let's take a listen. Here we are, the crusty old 5.6 liter V8. It's a Japanese V8, so you know it's reliable. This V8 makes around 300 horsepower, which is pretty much the same as my GR Corolla here that has a 3-cylinder. So less than half of the size, but it makes 300 horsepower. Such a cool car. But anyways, I'm getting sidetracked here. I do a lot of moving big cages and stuff because my primary source of income is working with animals. The whole reason I bought the truck was to move these humongous saltwater fish tanks into my office. Either I could have paid a company to move these from where they were to where they are now, and that would have been thousands of dollars. I was like, might as well buy a truck at this point. I got this truck for just about $3,000 and I have not regretted it, not one moment. I used to be a sports car guy. I still am, but from now until the end of time, I think I will always have a truck. They're just so useful. Never need to ask anyone whenever I need to move something big. And in my line of work, which is working with animals and cages and stuff like that, definitely needed a truck. So this specific one came with aftermarket headlights and tail lights. I thought that looked pretty cool. Also comes with Apple CarPlay, although it is a little bit outdated and the speakers stink, because this is a 2005. This is 20 years old, so I wasn't expecting anything crazy. Really was just a work truck, so for $3,000, you cannot go wrong. And so far, I have beaten on this truck. I took it to the Everglades. Sometimes from stoplights, I like peel off because rear wheel drive and a pretty torquey engine makes it easy to spin tires from a stop. So I do that sometimes, and this truck still has not given up on me. So obviously, you get a truck because it has the bed. This bed is pretty big. I think it's like a 6-foot bed. These tools are actually gonna come in handy in about a second because I do have a flat tire on the Corolla and I need to figure out where it is so I can patch it and we can get back on the road with this little 3-cylinder rocket. One of my favorite things about this truck is actually how these doors open. So instead of them being traditional doors like this one would open out that way, check this out. Opens up this way. So I can fit humongous things. Like the gap here is so useful. I've carried 40-gallon tanks, 75-gallon tanks, which in non-fish and reptile people brain, that's like maybe a 4-foot, 5-foot tank that can fit in here. In addition to the back here. Recently, I thawed out 2 boar's legs and fed it to tigers in here. I couldn't have done that in my car. My car would have been stinky. I couldn't have done it in my house, anywhere else. So I just left the boar legs in here. And next day they were nice and thawed and ready for the tigers. If you're a business guy and you don't have a truck and you need one, I think this is your sign that you should go on Facebook Marketplace, find a Nissan Titan for $3,000 to $5,000 and just get it. They're old, reliable, fun. I don't know, I like my truck. I like my truck. Where my cowboy hat at? Do I have one? If you don't drive a truck, you got soft hands, brother. Real soft hands. If your hands don't look like mine, you can't talk to me, boy. First, we gotta start by cracking all the lug nuts while the car's still on the floor. That way, as we're exerting force and pressure, it's not on a jack stand and it doesn't fall off. Now that they're all loose, we can jack up the car. Tire is off the floor, so we can now take it off. All right. Let's see if we can't find out where the hole is coming from. Jeez, I might have let these tires sit for too long. Also, I don't see a hole. Oh, maybe I do. Maybe it's that right there. All right, I'm gonna fill this up with air and see See if I can't find where the leak is coming from. Don't see any screws or anything. I do see a little hole, or looks like it could be from there. I hear it. You hear that? It's a hole in the sidewall. This can't be repaired, so I have to go take it to a tire shop, get this replaced. All right, so this tire cannot be patched. If it was a hole here, it could be patched, but here's pretty dangerous. All the forces are coming out on the wheel, so wouldn't want to patch it here. I need to just go buy another tire, and that's when having a Nissan Titan truck comes in handy. Put this bad boy, oh my God, it's heavy. Tire is loaded up. Let's get going. Roars to life every time. Check out my Apple CarPlay. Got Bluetooth up in this 2005. They didn't even have that technology. Oh my goodness. Something about being in a truck. I'm on top of the road. Look at all these small cars going past me. Can't even see them. I feel like a human looking at, oh my God. Like I was saying, I feel like a human looking at ants. I do like sports cars. I love stuff low to the floor. So this is a completely different experience for me, being so high up and so long and hard to park. I will say that's one of the downsides to having a pretty big truck, is that parking lots are a mission. You have to like do the turn a full minute before you begin to turn, and yeah, it's just complicated. Are you ready? I'm gonna floor it a little bit. Nobody said this thing was fast, but it is really fun to drive. The engine is responsive, makes cool noises. Yeah, maybe AC would be nice because I live in Miami and it's pretty warm here. I hate to admit it, but one of the downsides about this big old V8 is that it is a gas guzzler. I am pretty much always on E, and it costs way too much money to fill up the tank, so I really only ever put like 30-40 bucks and get it up to halfway. And I'm having to refill this thing like every couple of days, so I wouldn't suggest this as a daily driver. I definitely prefer daily driving the Corolla. That actually is really good with gas mileage, as far as I know. I actually have never cared about gas mileage in any of my cars because I get them for their personality, not their gas mileage, you know. Turbo cars are notorious for using more gas to create more power, so I like big engines, I like turbochargers, I like things that generally use more fuel to go faster, so I've never really cared, but in this car, it is killing me. All right, we got the new tire. Watch this. It's been about a week since I've started this car. Let's see if I remember how to drive stick shift. Yep, we're good. Thanks to the help of the handy truck, the GR Corolla is back up and running. I'll probably be making a video about this car pretty soon, so stay tuned. Let me know if you want to see that down in the comments. That is one good looking truck. So yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up this video. Hopefully I convinced you why you should get the Nissan Titan if you're balling on a budget looking for a work truck, because I think it's the best truck you could get for under $5,000. Or if you think there are candidates that are better than the Nissan Titan, let me know. Before I got this, I was looking into stuff like the Chevy Colorado, the Ford Ranger, but ultimately I ended up going with the Nissan Titan. That's all for this video. If you liked it, like the video, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.